Good. I appreciate you taking some time to talk with me here today.
Yeah, no worries whatsoever.
How much time do I have of yours? I want to make sure I respect your schedule here.
Well, at least half an hour. Is that enough?
Yeah, that should be fine. I've got 7 or 8 questions here real quick, and we'll get through as many as we can, I guess.
Okay, sounds great.
So first of all, I just want to make sure you kind of understood the purpose of the interview. Do you know much about Silicon Slopes?
I don't know anything about Silicon Slopes other than what you emailed me.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much the same info I'd give you. Just that it's an organization started by Josh James, and kind of the purpose is to promote Utah companies, especially in the technology and then the biotech sector, and then as well as a lot of the companies and firms that are investing in Utah companies. And so we're just interviewing, some of the thought leaders and movers and shakers and things and that are in that space, and then we'll publish those interviews online to kind of promote conversation and promote Utah business. So, that's kind of the goal with the project. So I don't know if you've got any other questions, but that's what we're doing.
That sounds great.
Okay. So first of all, I just wanted to ask you kind of about entrepreneurship in general. You help out at BYU with that financing new ventures or whatever, or what is it? I know which class. What class are you involved in?
Yeah, so I teach at BYU the financing new ventures.
That's
class.
right. That's what I thought. And I'm actually taking that in the fall, so I'll see you there.
Yeah, sounds great. It'll be good to have you. You'll primarily get Greg Peterson, my co-teacher, but that's okay.
Okay. And I sat in on the first class this semester and decided to push it off to the fall, but I heard a little bit your story of how you kind of got into entrepreneurship. But I kind of want to have you talk a little bit about, kind of your experiences with entrepreneurship, and, have you been an entrepreneur your whole life, or how did you kind of get into the business world, I guess?
I don't know if I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, but I started my first company when I was in college. You heard the story.
Uh-huh.
It sort of happened by chance more than, I set out to start a company or had some grand vision or some grand strategy or plan, or, I didn't write any business plan or anything. I just, started selling stuff and making money and, doing something I loved, and one thing led to another, and pretty soon I had a business on my hands, and was able to grow that business and be fairly successful. So my sort of entrance into starting companies was really more by fluke than by any grand plan or strategy. In fact, when I graduated, somebody told me that I should put that I was an entrepreneur on my resume, and I put it on and I spelled it wrong. I didn't even know what it was. And then and even sort of following that, I guess I have been an entrepreneur, but again, it was not by design. I thought I always wanted to be a CEO of a business. I don't know if I even knew what that really meant.
Uh-huh.
But I figured that I needed to learn how to, read financial statements and P&Ls and balance sheets and how to raise money and how to deal with the financial side of stuff. That I needed to learn how to sell, because I think sales are important for every company.
Uh-huh.
And I needed to understand operations. So when I graduated, I actually became an investment banker, and my logic was I'll learn a lot about finances and how to raise money, and it'll be a great experience. So I did that. And then I joined a small... is this what you want, by the way?
Yeah, this is perfect.
And then I joined a small software technology company. I hated investment banking. I wanted to get out of it. I wanted to move to Silicon Valley, back to San Francisco, get out of New York City, because I live in California, and software and technology was sort of a hot thing at the time. And if you were young, you could rise quickly in the industry, because there weren't a lot of old people in it. If you were a young, person, I figured that was a great way to get to Northern California and a great way to be able to sort of get on a fast career trajectory. And so I joined a small computer software company, and they made personal finance and tax software. And There were about 20 people in the company when I joined. I was head of sales and marketing. So I was learning real time how to sell.
Okay.
And I thought that'd be a great experience. And we ended up growing the company. We took it public in 1993, and we ultimately sold it to H&R Block, which is a Fortune 500 company who bought us primarily for our tax software expertise.
Huh.
So I guess I was an entrepreneur, but not really. I mean, more I joined a small company and was one of the key players, but I don't know if you call that entrepreneurial or not.
Well, right place at the right time, I guess, right?
You bet. No doubt about that. And then I did start a company. My partner and I started a company called Home Financial Network, and we were at the very, very beginning of the internet banking revolution. Again, sort of right place at the right time. We raised $5 million of venture capital money off of a PowerPoint business plan that we wrote.